I was following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Knew you through a mutual friend. I think we'd met once or something. But you started posting on Instagram, and you put up your acquisition price and your sales price, and I was like, bullshit. Like, no way did that.
Yeah.
So I figured out how to actually look at the deal. So I went on the county website and looked at the deal.
you were fact checking me.
Yeah, I was totally fact checking. I was no way, and you did. So I was like, oh shit, we need to look into this a little more.
I think so. Back in the day, we used to do these like fires. I think it's called like a fireside chat in the Land Pioneer. And we were doing it to try to bring on investors. So like we would go and I would never like solicit for investors, but I would go and post. And the ironic part is I would post our like not so great deals, like our mid-tier deals, just to set expectations kind of low. And then we'd like have a little hangout chat on a webinar. I think you started coming to those, but it was a long time from there until you actually were like, yes, I'm going to dive into this. And there was even a point in your journey where you were cold calling leads from a list that we had. But I think that was like the spring of 2021. And then come the fall, you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. What was that switch? Were you just like so fed up with the surfboard flipping game, or did you do more research outside of that? What was the time in between like?
Yeah. So it was around early 2021 when I saw that you were doing this, got involved, got on those calls. And I definitely knew I wanted to do it. I don't know if you had a course at the time. I don't know if you were coaching at the time, but I was like, man, like I need to get to know this guy. Like I want to figure out how he's doing this and how I should go about starting my own thing. And I didn't have a whole lot of cash at that time. Like I was barely even flipping surfboards at that time. Like, I didn't have much money. So I figured the way I could learn was by helping you.
Smart.
And then I started, you gave me a spreadsheet of all these skip trace records and phone numbers. And there's like 4 phone numbers per record. I was calling all of them, like getting so frustrated because nobody would answer. It'd be the wrong phone the whole time. And then I'd get on the phone call with somebody and I had no idea what I was talking about. But we literally got nowhere and I gave up. I was like, that's not how I'm going to do it. Sorry, Sumner. Like, this isn't going to work for me.
That's like the lowest roll on the totem pole. The ironic part was, though, while you were doing it, I was simultaneously doing it too. You know, I'm a big believer of like, you know, running tests in your business. And I'm like, God, I think cold calling would work here. And so over the course of like a quarter or two of 2021, I probably made, 1,500 phone calls or maybe a little bit more. I got 2 deals from it, but like you look at the work involved, it's just brutal. That's a really tough place to start, right? Like if you don't know the lingo of talking lands or even cold calling, which is a skill set in itself, it's a brutal place to start. I'm surprised that you still stuck with it and still wanted to get into business thereafter. So fast forward to today. I know you just brought on an acquisition manager. What's your business look like? What's your team look like? Let's talk about like volume of deals and how your team's structured.
Yeah, so now we've got 1 full-time acquisition manager. He's kind of like helping me out with administrative work at the same time while I try to build my systems in place. And then we have 1 data guy that's a contractor that we'll hire out for work that he knows how to do best, a little more advanced data analysis. So it's basically just me and this full-time guy, and then we hire out the contracting work. We're doing about 5 to 6 deals a month.
Sales or acquisitions?
Buy and sell. So 5 to 6. We're generally selling 5 to 6. We're generally acquiring 5 to 6.
Yeah.
So it's a machine in a way.
It is.
We are in 2023 looking to double it, if not triple it.
So what's that been like for you going from, because you did the solo grind, doing everything in the business, now kind of transitioning into like the business owner role. What's that transition been like? Hey, fellow land investor, we're going to do a quick commercial break here, and that is for our land investing accelerator program. Look, if you are looking to scale and grow a 6- and 7-figure business and go and join dozens of other land investors, you're going to want to check out the land investing accelerator program. In fact, you can actually book a 1-hour strategy call with yours truly to learn all the ins and outs of running a land investing business totally for free. And through that process, we'll identify if joining the Land Investing Accelerator program is a good fit for you. This is our group coaching model. This is how we've turned beginners to 7-figure land flippers in just under a few years. We've got dozens of incredible members in there. So if you're looking to grow your land business in 2023, this is the place to be. You guys can book a call with yours truly down below, or you can head over to landinvestor.co to learn more about the LIA program.
So the first year is like learning the business, right? I mean, you learn the business, you learn all of the legal things about it, you learn all of your market analysis, you learn, you do deals, you make money, you get confident, and then you get tired of doing that over and over again. It becomes a tedious work, and it gets very stressful when you scale it. So there's that time when it's like, okay, now I need to bring people on the team. Now I'm confident that I can still do these deals and also train somebody to do it at the same time. So my day-to-day is like half of the day training my employee, and then the other half like just checking in on different parts of the business. But over time,
feel like, sorry, go ahead.
Over time, like it's going to be less and less training, because he already has a little bit of experience in real estate, so it hasn't been too troublesome teaching him the business. But over time, I see him possibly becoming more of like a manager of a small team in our business. So I'd like to bring on at least 2 more people by the end of the year.
Yeah. So who are you looking to bring on the rest of the year? And then as you've gotten your acquisition manager scaled up, like, has he hit the ground running? Have there been roadblocks there? What's he doing good? What are the bottlenecks currently? Yeah.
So the biggest bottleneck now is like me creating a sales training course in a way. Like I need to figure out how to train him for land sales. He's not very familiar with talking to sellers and talking to buyers. So that's the biggest bottleneck right now. He knows how to comp properties. He's very good at that. So it's been like pretty easy. Bringing him up in terms of comping and understanding the business. But I think what's going to really make him thrive is learning how to do these sales calls. And that's going to save me a lot of time and a lot of stress.
So has he started closing deals already? Like, is he proficient enough that he's gotten deals done?
Right now, it's more of like, he's kind of just like an assistant right now. He hasn't necessarily gotten a contract yet. I mean, he's only 2 weeks in now, or 3 weeks in, 2.5 weeks. So, I mean, we haven't put him on the phones yet, so he hasn't closed any deals yet, but he has helped me immensely. It's already saved me hours of time having him on the team.
Typically what I do with new hires that are going to be on the phone, whether it's acquisitions or dispositions, like, you don't want to give them the 10 out of 10 leads right off the jump, but I'll put them on old like follow-ups, or like if you get a lead that comes in, you could already tell it's like, it's just not that qualified. I'll put them on pretty low level leads, low quality leads. And then I can start nitpicking that, like, okay, I'll listen to the call, or I'll shadow them on a Google Meet and see how they do for something that's low level. But what I found is that, like, I think a lot of times when folks are hiring, they have the tendency to want to hold the hand for too long. And I used to do the same thing. What I've actually found is that, like, putting them in a sink or swim environment sooner rather than later. And of course, you don't want to put them in the high caliber stuff because there's opportunity cost, but you'll suss out how to improve them. Or in some cases, you'll just realize that this is not the person for the role. And then you won't sink so much time into the training and the onboarding and all that stuff. And it's such a different skill set. Like, and this is the dark side of land investing that no one really talks about. I feel like there's so much information on like market selection and how to price your data. But if you want to build a big land business, like, you're not going to do it on your own. You're going to do it with a team. And this stuff is difficult. It's a nuanced skill set. And these little tactics in terms of being able to flush out who's good and who's not good, and then also how to improve the ones that are good. I would try putting him on the lower level lead sooner rather than later to see how he does. Also, you can push him through this, a random side note, but inside the course, we've got a training section for acquisitions and dispositions that he can go through, just like some best practices. Are you going to build out a script for him or no?
I think so. I think I'll build out a script for the beginning and then give him some of my recorded calls.
Yep.
And then, it'd be a great idea to put him on the lower level leads